Welcome into Chic and Ball. I'm your host, Els. Thank you for tuning in and watching. On today's show, we look at all 13 training camp rosters and power rank the teams worst to first. Before we get started, please like the video, comment your favorite team or player that you'd like us to follow in the upcoming season. Now let's get started with ranking the teams worst to first, starting at number 13 with the Golden State Valkyries. I don't think this is a terrible roster. The players are actually really good contributing players in their own respect, but ain't no real game changers out there for them. If I had to pick a starting five, I'm going Cheyenne Sellers, Tip Hayes, Mo Billings, Timmy Fagbenle, and Cecilia Sandalicini. Kate Martin could beat out Sandalicini, but I think Cecilia is a better shooter and more experienced. If I had to predict a win total, based on the worst teams in the last two seasons, the Sparks last year won 8 games. In 2023, the Mercury won 9 games. I think this roster is far worse than both those teams, so I'll get in between 3 and 6 games. The next roster we'll look at, and also number 12 on our power rankings, the Washington Mystics. This team didn't improve at all. All they did was trade away their best player, Ariel Atkins, and add some rookies. They'll be right back at the top of the first round of the draft next year. I mean, you can see it. Some of these teams are clearly tanking. For good reason, because you got 3 game changers coming next year with Lauren Betts, Flausie Johnson, and Olivia Miles. But looking at this roster the way it is, I'm expecting Zay Green to be the one that stand out. I'm not sure what we're going to see from Georgia Amore because they can't really hide her on defense, so I don't think she's going to play much. They just got so many young guards, but if I had to pick a starting 5, I'd go Shakira Austin, Aaliyah Edwards, Sonia Citron, Brittany Sykes, and Zay Green. As far as a win total, considering the team is worse than last year's team, which won 14 games, I'll get in between 5 and 10 games. The next roster we'll look at, also number 11 on our power rankings, the Connecticut Sun. This team got a few vets in Lindsay Allen, Diamond DeShields, Marina Mabry, Olivia Nelson-Adota, Tina Charles. That'll more than likely be the starting 5 if everybody got a training camp healthy. And this team gonna have another starting 5 coming off the bench. JC Sheldon, Sanaya Rivers, Layla Lacan, Anissa Morrow, and Rhea Marshall. Second unit is very young, but still some pretty good players, I think. Outside of those 10 I just named, good luck to the rest of the players. If I had to pick a win total, I think this team will win between 9 and 13 games. They have no returning players from last year besides Olivia Nelson-Adota and Marina Mabry, who played a few games with them, so chemistry will be a big thing for this team. We'll see if they can put it all together. The next roster we'll look at, also number 10 on our power rankings, the Dallas Wings. This team has a ton of scores, but not much defense. Only Dejanay I would consider a lockdown defender. Arike can get some steals, but there's no rim protection here. I put my faith in this team last year, picked Arike to win MVP, and it was the kiss of death because they was horrible. And they didn't improve. They lost side 2, and I don't see how you can get much better without her. At least not this year. Maybe when Paige grows more, but I think what's different from this team than last year's Indiana Fever team who turned their thing around after getting the first pick. That team had Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and a bunch of other great WNBA players. This team only has Arike who's proven herself. And I know Dejanay just won the Most Improved Player award, but she's not a 20-point per game scorer, and Paige won't be either in year 1. It'll be another year of Arike carrying the franchise, and they're probably going to end up with about 11 to 15 wins also. And if I had to pick a starting 5, I'm going to go Paige Beckers, Arike Agumbawale, Ty Harris, Nalissa Smith, and Tierra McGowan. I know some of y'all out there thinking Dejanay going to start, but she can't handle or shoot like those other 3 guards, and you got to be able to spread the floor with T-Mac out there who clogs up the lane. The next roster we'll look at, and also number 9 on our power rankings. This team went out and did their thing in free agency. I think it looks good on paper, but I don't think the team really got much better. I've been saying this for a while. You can go back and listen to the 2023 Atlanta Dream review show I did. I've been saying it, I'ma keep saying it. They will never get where they want to go with Ryan Howard shooting 37% from the field. It's just too many missed opportunities. With the addition of Brittany Griner and Brianna Jones, maybe they can get some old boys and cover up some of those warts, but I still don't think it'll be enough. They won 15 games last year, and I think they'll be right around that again, but I'll go between 13 and 17 wins for them this year. As far as the starting 5, I think I'll go Jordan Canada, Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard, Brianna Jones, and Brittany Griner. Pretty obvious. The next roster we'll look at, and also number 8 on our power rankings, the Chicago Sky. And I love this team, so I think I'm being very generous here, but truthfully, they could end up closer to being the worst team. It's all dependent on how Angel and Camila Cardoso take over and dominate this league like we expect them. They added the shooting they needed with Rebecca Allen, Rachel Banham, Maddie Westbeld, and Ariel Atkins. Then when you go to the point guards, outside of Sloop, who can't score no more, they don't got no real point guards. Unless Haley Van Lith can show us something she ain't show us at LSU, this team will have a lot of turnovers. What I'm really banking on is Angel Reese stepping up, playing that same game she was playing at Unrivaled when she won Defensive Player of the Year. But I don't know, I think I'm asking for a whole lot. I know she's gonna dominate the boards, but I don't know what that offense is gonna look like. I could see this team winning between 14 and 18 games, improving from the 13 games they won last year. For my starting 5, I'll go Angel Reese, Camila Cardoso, Ariel Atkins, Rebecca Allen, and Courtney Vandersloot. The next roster we'll look at, and also number 7 on our power rankings, the Los Angeles Sparks. Now, this team I really like. I see them improving a lot. I see Rakia becoming an all-star. Hamby and Plum are already all-stars. Sarah Ashley Barker is going to add a new dimension of defense to this team. And look at this, 3 lefty point guards in Kelsey Plum, Odyssey Sims, and Ari McDonald. I like the combination of Z, Cam, and Mercedes Russell, all good bigs. I'm hoping Fagan can make this team so she can add some toughness to go along with Cam. And let me just say this, I'm so happy to have Cam back. I was really deflated when Cam got injured. She was one of my favorite players to cover. The WNBA need her playing well, just like they need Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese playing well. She is one of the faces of the league, and she was missed thoroughly. That being said, let me just pick a starting 5 now. We'll go KP, Kelsey Plum, Sarah Ashley Barker, Rakia Jackson, De'Erica Hamby, and Cam Brink. Second unit, Ari McDonald, Odyssey Sims, Ray Burrell, Mercedes Russell, and Azurá Stevens. The other 2 to make the team, I'll say Sanaya Fagan and Leah King. They had 8 wins last year. This year, I'll say between 17 and 22. The next team we'll talk about, also number 6 on our power rankings, the Indiana Fever. This team added some veterans, was able to re-sign Kelsey Mitchell, added 2 nice rooks, Michaela Timpson and Bree Hall. I think this is the year Caitlin Clark starts her reign as the best player in the WNBA. Despite what everybody might say, she is absolutely the best in the WNBA, and if not now, it's only a matter of time. DeWanna Bonner, she gonna be very key to this team because she's very familiar with Coach Stephanie White's system because they both just came over from the Connecticut Sun. If I had to pick 5 starters, I'll go Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Sophie Cunningham, DeWanna Bonner, and Aaliyah Boston. Then the other players making the team, I have Natasha Howard, Bree Hall, Brianna Turner, Sydney Colson, Michaela Timpson, and Jaylen Brown. Last year they won 20 games. This year I think they win between 20 and 25 games. The next team we'll talk about, and also number 5 on our power rankings, the Seattle Storm. I think they'll be a bit worse than they were last year when they won 25 games. They lost a scorer in Jewel Lloyd and didn't add another scorer. So by default, I think they just gonna score less points. Now, if Dominique Malonga is what everybody says she is, she should improve the team on defense. Having Dominique Malonga and Ezi Magbagor in the game at the same time could force teams to literally only shoot threes. But can those two add enough on offense to keep Nneka, one of the league's greats, off the court? I think they'll win between 18 and 23 games because Nneka and Sky can still get it done. My starting five for this team: Skylar Diggins-Smith, Alicia Clark, Gabby Williams, Nneka Ogwumike, Dominique Malonga. The next five: Ezi Magbagor, Lexi Brown, Erica Wheeler, Lee Yuru, Katie Lou Samuelson, and Serena Sundo. The next roster we'll talk about, and also number 4 on our power rankings, the Phoenix Mercury. Okay, Phoenix, I see y'all trying to build something special. I think they're gonna dominate the regular season, then fall in the playoffs because teams know how to guard Alyssa Thomas in the playoffs. She can't shoot, you just back off. Her style of play just don't work against the best players in the playoffs. But the big three, Kalia Copper, Satu Sabali, and Alyssa Thomas, what they gonna do in the regular season is gonna be something special. Now, outside of those three players, they don't really have much else, but I think those three will be good enough to at least elevate the other players on the team to between 19 and 24 wins. The starting five on this team: Celeste Taylor, Kalia Copper, Satu Sabali, Alyssa Thomas, and Kalani Brown. Or Tasha Mack, whoever fits better. But I think Kalani Brown is a little bit better on offense. The other four: Sammy Wickham, Seth Uzin, Catherine Westbell, and Tamira Poindexter. The next roster we'll talk about, and also number 3 on our power rankings, the Minnesota Lynx. This team has extreme depth. They legit have 12 players that can play real minutes. Since they won the finals, by default, I'm gonna put them in the top 3. I think they'll have the same starting 5: Courtney Williams, K-Mac, Elena Smith, Nafisa Collier, and Bridget Carlton. Then I think they'll keep Elisa Pilley, Diamond Miller, Dorka Juhas, Natisha Heidemann, Reagan Richardson, and Carly Samuelson. Last year they won 30 games. This year I'll say between 25 and 30 games again. The next roster we'll talk about, and also number 2 on our power rankings, the Las Vegas Aces. In my opinion, this team only took a step back because of injuries. I don't think they got worse. In this upcoming season, I think they'll have the same kind of championship team they had in the past. Jewel Lloyd is a better scorer than KP, so that could benefit, but it didn't change the team on defense at all. And I think if healthy, they'll get back to the top of the power rankings by the end of the season. I think they could easily get back to between 27 and 30 wins. I think they're going to pretty much go with the same starting 5. Asia Wilson, Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, we all know they locks. Then Jewel Lloyd, and I think they're going to go with Cheyenne Parker-Tyus. The next 5, I'm going to go Kirsten Bell. She's been with this team for a few years. I don't think they're ready to give up on her yet. Dana Evans, they gave up 2 second-round picks for her, so no way they cut her after that. Then Megan Gustafson, Tiffany Mitchell, and Kia Stokes. The last 2, I'll say Aaliyah Nye and Deja Kelly. The last team we'll talk about, number 1 on the power rankings, the defending champ New York Liberty. As mentioned on the New York Liberty review show, they'll be without Benijah Laney Hamilton as she recovers from knee surgery, but I think they'll still have enough to at least get back to the conference finals, and depending on who they play, we'll just see from there. They'll probably win 30 or more games if I had to say so now, cause this team is still really good. I would love to see some different teams at the top because it's pretty much just been New York and Las Vegas for the past few years, so hopefully somebody can surprise us. But starting 5 for New York: Sabrina Ionescu, Natasha Cloud, Leonie Fibich, Brianna Stewart, Jonquel Jones. Next 5: Maureen Johannes, Markeisha Davis, Jalen Sherrod, Isabel Harrison, Niara Sabli. Last 2: Kennedy Burke and Rebecca Gardner. But there you have it, a special training camp edition of Chic and Ball. Please guys, hit that like button. Nothing means more to me than when I see someone took time to like the video. This is the #1 show for women's basketball news and to keep up with all your favorite players. That's all I'll say for now. Thank you guys for listening and watching. I'm Ailes for PRNM. Talk to you on the next one.